Replay from Coops and the Central Scrutinizer, Tomb Kings and Beastmen. A couple interesting units being taken. Necropolis Knights and some Nekar Horsemen are things I do not typically think are very good. On the other side, we have the Eye of Morrslieb, which I tend to frown upon. And then a lot of infantry. So for the Beastmen, since we already hovered over here, we have the Eye of Morrslieb, Regiment of Renowned Cygor with his bound net, the Warp Gaze. Do have, looks like 3 Centaurs with throwing axes, 4 Ungor Raiders, a bunch of Ungor Spearmen herd, and Ungor herds mixed throughout. Plus we have Blackhorns Ravagers, the Gore herd, Regiment of Renown, a Jabber Scythe for charging through those Tomb Kings units and getting them to drain down even quicker. And then a Great Bray Shaman of Wild, just Traderkin. On the other side, for the Undead Tomb Kings, Skeleton Warrior front line mixed with some spears and Tomb Guard with halberds, even. 2 Nekar Horsemen. We do have a Necropolis Knight. DJ Kotep off of his DJ booth. In fact, he is on horseback. Just bringing Neru's Incantation of Protection and Usurian's Incantation of Vengeance. Oh, and Jap's Incantation of Cursed Blades. Hot incantations. Then we have the Chosen of the Gods, the Ushapti Great Bows, and the Kemper Guard. And 3 Skeleton Horse Archers? Usually when you see them in groups of 4. So, 3 Skeleton Horse Archers will do a little bit of skirmishing. And the Chosen of the Gods currently fire. I think they just have Fire at Will on because they didn't have attack orders, but they were firing at the Lord. Now they're firing at the Jabber Scythe, and that unit's at least tall enough that their spread shot, it should do decent damage to the Jabber. Or are they just shooting at Ungor herds? They'll do decent damage, but I don't know if that unit's even worth your time, to be honest. Well, regardless, Ungor Raiders just now coming into view. Gonna fire at some of the Kemper Guard. Do decent damage there. 70 armor, but no shields for those guys. Chosen Gods still trying to pick off Ungor herds. The Skellies taking up the front line to stop Blackhorns, Ravagers, and all of them from getting into the backfield. And Jabber Scythe's already lost about a quarter of its HP just from getting poked by that single shot Ushapti Great Bow. Centaurs with throwing axes, going to poke at Tomb Guards with halberds. Armor-piercing axes doing good damage to them. The Eye of Morrslieb continues to throw. It looks like it's aiming at the Chosen of the Gods. Unfortunately misses that shot there. Kemper Guard and the Nekar Horsemen are pushing through the front line, trying to get back onto these Ungor Raiders and get a really good trade for themselves there. Jabber Scythe will charge forward and try and stop all that. Really good damage on the Kemper Guard for the charge. And now the Necropolis Knights get stuck fighting the Jabber Scythe, which they probably shouldn't do. They should just go kill off the Ungor Raiders. Kotep will throw out his bound Skull Storm with the Vortex changes recently in one of the patches. Their slower projectile speed does make them sit in units for a little bit longer and do more damage. So Skull Storm got a bit of buffs. The Skirmish Cav trying to get away from Blackhorns Ravagers and kite out this Great Bray Shaman of the Wilds a little bit. Ushapti Great Bows trying to get away as well. And Tomb Guard with halberds have just been chilling, trying to find a fight, mostly getting throwing axe in the face. Both sides trading their back lines as a lot of the Beastmen archers are getting routed off. Meanwhile, Skeleton Horse Archers and the Ushapti Great Bows are also under duress as all 3 of these Skirmish Cav have pulled up, and with their throwing axes will do a lot of damage to Ushapti Great Bows. The Great Bray Shaman of the Wild is actually just chilling in here, taking the fight. Necropolis Knights sally forth to try and take out the Eye of Morrslieb, and then immediately get away from here. I also think their time is better spent just dealing with archers. Maybe it's because of my low opinion of the Eye of Morrslieb, but I usually just ignore units like it until the hyper late game. Kill everything else, let him throw his little rocks, who cares? Ushapti Great Bows did manage to kite away from the Centaurs with throwing axes, who do have to move back into that area. I really just want to see them go into melee back here and kill off all of those units. Ushapti Great Bows getting harassed by Blackhorns Ravagers and the enemy Lord. Tomb King's front line's going pretty well, though. Their back line's in a bit of trouble, but their front line's doing good. They've routed off a ton of Ungor herds, did a lot of damage to the Jabber Scythe, and the Beastmen brought a lot of infantry that are mostly dead at this point. Nice shot from the Eye of Morrslieb on this Tomb Guard, though. Balance power's about dead even. The Ushapti summon is immediately thrown out onto the last healthy Ungor Raider. Things are going okay. Blackhorns Ravager is going to finish off the Chosen of the Gods here soon. Their crumbling won't stop. I think they're too low. Yeah, they're probably doomed at this point. Anyway, no more healing from the Tomb Kings from their army passive. They still will get stuff from Kotep whenever he throws out spells. Bounce power is slightly in their favor for now. There's a full health Ushabti summon out on the field, and oh, Chosen Gods did manage to rally after the Black Runs Ravagers were pushed off. The enemy Lord's coming back, and that should get them crumbling pretty soon. In the backfield, we did see what I finally wanted to happen. Centaurs with throwing axes just roll up and kill those Ushabtis pretty easily. Skeleton Horse Archers have left the area. They're poking away at the Jabberscythe, who is busy fighting the Necropolis Knights. And Katep tried to duel the Eye of Morrslieb for a little bit. It did not go his way, and he took a ton of damage. He's backing off now, but the Beastmen having some pretty good signs of life in this later game. Now both of the Great Bows should be stopped. And the Necropolis Knights are also just about dead. And that Ushabti Summon has a bit of time left. The Beastmen are taking a lot of damage in the meantime, though. Their Eye of Morrslieb's chilling, but everything else has taken a lot of damage for them. Even their Lord isn't feeling the best. Chosen Gods are officially dead. Other Ushabti still crumbling away. And these Centaurs with their Lord are going to try and get away from this backline of the Tomb Kings. As the Jabberscythe is still getting poked at by those Skirmish Cav, but there goes the Necropolis Knights. They're getting double drained down by the Jabberscythe, and they're just, you know, crumbling. Beastmen are ahead on the bounce power. Some Skeleton Horse Archers will bounce out here and kill off the Ungor Raiders pretty easily, and then the Beastmen have some stalked units that maybe the Tomb Kings don't know are there, but if the Tomb Kings sense they're there, they have more cavalry to go and deal with them. The Beastmen have like 2 Centaurs, 3 Centaurs against Nekar Horsemen and 3 Skirmish Cav who still have ammo left. I think the Tomb Kings could probably clutch that out, but I guess it is a little closer. Jabberscythe does manage to catch up to some Skeleton Horse Archers, gets a decent little charge in there, but he'll still take poke damage. It's less than 2,500 HP on him. Centaurs with their throwing axes kiting away a little bit as the Jabberscythe wrecks one of those Tomb Kings Skirmish Cav. Tomb Kings do have a lot of infantry remaining. They're all trying to group up in this backfield. Some Tomb Guard with Halberds, Skeleton Warriors, the Nekar Warriors ROR? Yeah, I wish. Kepler Guard Regiment around the Tomb. Oh my god, you get it! That was a disaster. The Kepler Guard, the Tomb Guard Regiment of Renown are healing up this whole time. Oh my gosh. Don't know what happened to me there. It was just a stroke. Skeleton Horse Archers backed up against the wall, not cutting away from this Ungor herd, so it looks like they will get finished off by those guys. Osirion's Incantation of Vengeance was cast somewhere, I thought I heard. But an Overcast Traderkin's hitting Katep, dealing more damage to him. Tomb Kings are continuing to fall behind. And Nekar Horsemen sweeping out to take care of some of these Ungor herds. Centaurs running out of ammo. 7 volleys over here, 6 over here, and none for the central squad. Jabberscythe's down to about 2,000 HP. Eye of Morrslieb, 6 shots left. And he got a nice 2-for-1 on those guys. And then a Jabber's going to follow up with a nice charge. More impact damage, more draining damage down. And I will fast forward slightly as these guys are going to crumble away for a bit. And the kiting continues. It's 2 guard fade away. Nekar Horsemen take the fight with Centaurs, and it's about an even trade. Looks like both units will get almost wiped out. Eye of Morrslieb continues to try and throw out the Tomb Guard for now. As the Kepler Guard and then those Tomb Guard with Halberds are the last real threats the Tomb Kings possess. Jabberscythe's going in. He's almost at 1,000 HP, but he is just trying to dive Katep with his last remaining little bits of life. Now Eye of Morrslieb is throwing. He's now out of ammo, so he's a less good giant than Nekar Horsemen. Beat the Centaurs only in the fact that they're undead, so their leadership doesn't break, but the Centaurs are ahead on HP. We'll see if the Nekar Horsemen can last long enough to actually run them off the map, or if they'll fade away. Meanwhile, the Beastmen are rallying more troops. They still have a healthy caster. They have 2 Skirmish Cav with a good amount of ammunition, an Archer, and the Eye of Morrslieb. Jabberscythe now sub 1,000 HP, and the Beastmen Archers are firing in on the Tomb Guard. What is that? Warp Gaze locking Grand Hierophant Katep in place as throwing axes come up for him. He throws down some physical resistance of his own, and the Beastman caster tries to get involved, though he takes a little bit of friendly fire from his own throwing axes. And Katep, with that physical resistance, he now has 55% resist to the throwing axes that are coming at him, and the Kepler Guard are here to push those Centaurs away, and they have to be careful about routing. They are right next to the white line, so if they get routed off, they will just die. Skeleton Horse Archer with no ammo, gonna chase off Black Runs Ravagers. Maybe they can kill these Ungor herds on the charge. Yeah, that was a good charge. They're gonna rout them. Cool, cool. So everything in this corner is routing away. The Jabberscythe might not rally, but Katep is caught out. Getting poked down by the Unger Raiders, chased around by the Roy Shaman of Wilds, and I wonder if he has a Traderkin on deck, because I think even an Undercaster Traderkin would kill Kotep at this point. Tomb Guard are trying to fight the Eye of More Sleep. Centaur is continuing to kite around, and if they do get cycle charging opportunities in the late game, Tomb Kings especially are quite vulnerable to cycle charging. They just don't have a lot of armor on their infantry. Kotep's trying to get back to the boys. There's the Traderkin that should finish him off. Because they'll just get low enough that even Crumbling will kill him if Traderkin doesn't. Skeleton Horus Archers run over to deal with these archers. Jabberscythe is back in the corner, as are the Blackhorns Ravagers. Kotep is dead, and without him, the balance of power spikes against the Tomb Kings. Kepler Guard continuing to fight against the Eye of More Sleep. But it is all looking over for now, as I can't imagine how the Tomb Kings win this one from this point. Army losses will hit, and the Beastmen kite proves victorious. Usopp the Great Bro struggling on value, same with the Necropolis Knights. Kotep was a good little support lord. Tomb Guard and Tomb Guard with Halberds mostly got run around the map. The Skeleton Horse Archers did great. Skeleton Warriors actually did fine, paying for themselves. For Scroot, Lord did alright. Eye of More Sleep did pretty darn well. Jabberscythe did okay. Centaurs with Throwing Axes did well. Unger Raiders, better value than I would have expected, because Coops did a pretty good job shutting them down right away. And then the front line mixed. GG. Roar.
Subscribe, yes, yes.